What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and ranking our top 10 quarterbacks. I love you. God loves you. Happy Sunday. Top 10 quarterbacks, college football 25 Ultimate Team. Sorry for the voice crack. It's not easy to do what I do. It actually is easy because of y'all. I love each and every one of you. Anyways, enough of my soapbox. Let's get into our top 10 quarterbacks today. Now, I do like a lot of these quarterbacks, man. I feel like from 10 all the way up to number 1, if you have any of these guys, you are set at the quarterback position. I genuinely believe that. Now, there's a gap between my number 1 and my number 10, and that is something that we are going to be going over and talking about in this video. Now, this is my personal list, so I know there's going to be some people out there that watch this and are like, Ty, you don't know what you're talking about. And for all those people, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching the video, and let me know down below in the comments if I'm wrong. But this is my personal list based on some things that I have seen. Starting off at number 10, we're going to go with Kaden Sanza from Bordeaux State. 86 speed, 86 acceleration, really solid throwing the football, throws a tight spiral. There's a couple of things to worry about. Now, you guys can let me know. The throw accuracy, I don't know how much that matters. I think it matters, though. I think it matters, so, I mean, that scares me a little bit. However, I think the other parts about this card really make this card really solid. Again, carrying, it's another thing that bugs me a little bit. The 74 carrying, he is going to fumble more than some of the other quarterbacks on this list. So those are kind of my concerns. Again, throws the ball well, good speed, good acceleration, great running quarterback. That's why I do like Sanza coming in at my number 10. And my number 9, Dillon Gabriel. Left-handed quarterback. I mean, do we need to continue talking, or is that enough for me to end, talking about Dillon Gabriel? If he was right-handed, he'd probably be in my top 4 for sure, but he is left-handed. Definitely, hurts his value quite a bit. Does throw a tight spiral, accuracy-wise, elite, good speed, solid acceleration as well. Like I said, really comes down to the fact that he is left-handed. Left-handed quarterbacks are, look, I tried to make it work with Tim Tebow. I tried, so y'all can't even say, don't judge a book by its cover. I tried. Maybe it was just Tim Tebow, but when I used him, it just felt weird. I don't know how else to really phrase it, but using a lefty quarterback on this game, to me, is not what I'm comfortable with. At my number 8, we're plugging in Joe Burrow. 91 overall LTD. Now, the good part about Joe Burrow, he's going to throw the ball better than nearly every other quarterback on this list. Throws a tight spiral, passing-wise, perfect. The bad part about Joe Burrow is this, he's just slow. He's slow, 82 speed. That is a red flag in my opinion, When all these other quarterbacks have 85, 86 speed and Joe Burrow only has 82, that is definitely something that does impact this card's value. Now, however, if you throw the ball a lot, don't need your quarterback to run, I don't know if there's a better option. I think there's one probably better option than Joe Burrow, but this card is absolutely fantastic at throwing the football. Coming in at my number 7, we're plugging in Alonzo Baret III. Really solid overall card, 85 speed, great throwing the football, throws a tight spiral. The one thing I will say, you will not see a card on here that does not throw a tight spiral. Maybe it was me trying to use Geno Smith and him not being good, but that was the one thing about me that I was just not willing to do. If somebody doesn't throw a tight spiral, they're not going to be on here. Barnett, good speed. Solid throwing the football. He's pretty comparable to honestly to Sanza. Pretty comparable. Barnett all the way up at number 7. At my number 6, a newer card, Sawyer Robertson. Played against him the other day, and he was throwing dimes on me. 86 speed, 86 acceleration, throws a tight spiral. Accuracy-wise, pretty solid. Now, you guys will see the play action stat. For me, that doesn't matter. I don't run any play action, so this play action stat right here, it being a 68, to me doesn't matter because it's not something I run. However, if you do run a lot of play action, could impact, how good a card is for you specifically. But for me, Sawyer Robertson does it all on the field. 6'4", again, he does everything, runs the football, 86 speed acceleration, throws the football well. Between him, Barnett, and Sanza, though, it really is preference, and I want you guys to know and realize that. Coming in at my number 5 here, we got KJ Jefferson. Now, here's the interesting thing. I do say the throw accuracy stat does matter a little bit. I don't know how much, but I think it matters a little. However, a lot of the cards that have been featured on here have really low throw accuracy, in the 60s. The one thing about KJ is his is up there at a 78, which might not seem like the biggest deal, but it matters slightly. Does throw a tight spiral as well. Great throw power, good accuracy all across the board. 84 speed, maybe a little slower than some of the other quarterbacks on this list, but even compared to Joe Burrow, right? The 84 speed compared to the 82 speed. The rest of the card honestly looks pretty similar. Joe Burrow's throw accuracy is higher. Everything else, I mean, is really, really similar between the two cards. To me, it is preference based. I slightly prefer KJ Jefferson. Did he get his starting job back? Like, does anybody know? I don't know. Next up, guys, we got Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's good this year. And I know they lost versus Texas, but Vanderbilt's the real deal this year, and nobody is convincing me otherwise. He's got 24 throw accuracy. Like, I don't know. Like, this is why I'm so confused about this game, because that stat doesn't even show up in game. It just shows up on this website. And I don't know how important that actually is. I've tried to figure it out, but I still don't know. That's scary. 87 speed, 89 acceleration. I still think this card's good. Carrying is a little bit low, but throws the ball well. Good speed, good acceleration. If you've got Pavia, let me know. Do you have throw accuracy problems? Because I think he would be the true guy to test it on, and I've not used this card. Like, does this stat actually matter? Because a 24 is absolutely crazy. Cracking our top three. At number, here, you guys aren't going to like me. Jalen Milroe. You're not going to like me. But this is more of an eye test thing. You guys can go back, watch my gameplay with Milroe, and maybe it was a me problem, not a Milroe problem, but I stunk it up with this card. I could not play with him. He does throw a tight spiral, does a lot of things, but he got injured, and after he got injured, I felt like maybe I was up against a good player. I don't know. I just felt like I could not play with Jalen Milroe. Felt like the card wasn't great, so again, this is kind of a me issue with Jalen Milroe. I don't think he's worth the coins. I think there are some better value quarterbacks in the game. But to me, like, if you want to play Jalen Milroe at number one, I'm not going to necessarily argue with it or even disagree. To me, I had a bad experience with this card. If you like this card and have this card, let it be known. Because statistically speaking, he should be the best quarterback in the game. Like, genuinely, from his ball carrying to his, speed and passing stats, he should be the best quarterback in the game. For me, though, I had more success with Braxton Miller. And another card that has really low throw accuracy. And when I use Braxton Miller, I mean, it wasn't that noticeable. So I don't really know. 90 carrying for Braxton Miller might be my favorite part about the card. My Braxton Miller never fumbled. Great speed, great acceleration, throws a tight spiral. I like Braxton Miller a ton. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Ty, the throw accuracy. Look, I know, but when I use this card, he like never, ever, ever had those issues. So I don't know, guys. I don't know, and I'm making a tier list, or I'm making a top 10 for you based on my personal experience. For me, I had way more success with Braxton Miller than the one game I played with Jalen Milroe. That's my personal opinion. Again, you guys want to disagree, let it be known down below in the comments. Some people are talking about him, probably even mentioned the throw accuracy here, but I don't know. I really like, again, the 40 throw accuracy. People don't like it, but for me, hey, it's not been too much of an issue with Braxton Miller. So Jalen Milroe probably is better. But to me, my best quarterback right now in the game is Jamus Winston. It's Jamus Winston. Couple of reasons here. Number one, look at his throwing stats. And you guys are going to be like, well, Ty, Milroe has just as good throwing stats. You're right. But I believe, and this is just me, that Jamus Winston is the best quarterback in the game and the quarterback that I've had the most success with. Now, you guys can again, I know there's going to be a lot of people upset that Milroe is not higher, but it's all about an eye test. I have consistent success with Jamus Winston. I've used the card a lot. To me, he throws the ball really effectively, can run the ball good enough. Not as fast as Milroe, but does everything at a good level. So for me, for 160,000 coins, it's a no-brainer. Jamus Winston right now is my best quarterback in the entire game. Now, again, objectively, you could argue Braxton better. You could argue Jalen Milroe better. But for me and my eye test, I got Jamus Winston as my number one quarterback right here in the entire game. Now, again, compare these stats to Jalen Milroe's, and it's tough for me to make that case. It really is. It's purely off of an eye test thing because, like I said, Milroe is really good. But Milroe's throw accuracy is down a little bit. And honestly, with Milroe, I did throw some pretty inconsistent passes. So I don't know. You guys can let me know your thoughts on the throw accuracy stat. Does it matter? Does it not matter? And if it does matter, again, maybe I should have Milroe at least above Braxton Miller just based on that. But when I use Milroe, he struggled for me. So it definitely is a tough situation. I don't know. My top 10 is kind of all over the place. But hopefully you guys agree with it. At the end of the day, hopefully you guys agree with it and can at least understand why certain cards were where they were. Geno Smith doesn't throw a tight spiral, so if people are wondering where's he at, that's exactly why. That's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thought. If you're still running Roger Staubach, he's still a beast. I love Staubach in this game. It just comes down to this stage. Do you think there are quarterbacks that just have surpassed him to this day? Let me know your thoughts Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.